So are we live? I can't tell.
It says that we're live, so
It says
hopefully
that we're
we
live. So
are.
welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Kathy E. Smith. Okay, now I see us.
Okay.
Also known as Resource Reader. I can't tell.
It says that we're live, so now they can hear us.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? This is the thing about doing this stuff live. We get to try it all out. But since we both love digital, right, and we love testing this stuff out, you guys get to see us in real time test this stuff out. So, Kathy, go ahead and introduce yourself, and let's move on into it.
Okay, so my name is Kathy E. Smith, also as Resource Reader. And I advise business owners how to get on the right platform with the right tools and resources. I may be changing that, but essentially, I like to help you get in front of the right audience so you can make the right offer. And so, Jessica.
I love that little addition, making the right offer, because Kathy definitely does that. I have to call her all the time when I need titles for clubhouse rooms because I am horrible at naming my clubhouse rooms. So my name is Jessica. I go by Joss Speaks Digital, and I help. So I don't even like to say help. I support.
Right.
I connect people to. I solve digital problems. Okay. So if you got digital problems, you call me because I help you solve them. And that's how we're going to do it. And that's like almost like a little rap. I need a jingle, right? I need some music for that. But
I think we've been quinned. That's why we were like, don't say help. Don't say help.
Every single time I'm getting ready to say help, I hear her, we don't help. I'm like, okay. We are not the help. So we are definitely not the help. So I'm super excited about some of the things that we're going to talk about today, and the fact that we get to do it on LinkedIn. Guess what? We're here to interrupt and disrupt LinkedIn. Mess it all up.
Yes, because we want to help business owners. Like Jessica and I both work with a lot of professionals, doctors, even though I don't have a sign that says I work with financial people, I work with financial and insurance people. Those people are attracted to me. And Jessica works with a lot of doctors. So that is the place to be for us to be on LinkedIn. And so we are going to try to, we're not going to tell you, but trust me, when we go live, we're going to make an announcement to let you all know that we're going live, because the goal is to do it once a week. But, life gets crazy. So, we're not going to commit to a day of the week just yet, but that is coming soon. Because
just turn on your notifications. Turn on the notifications for Kathy. Kathy will be hosting most of our chats, so make sure that your notifications are turned on if you want to be notified, and if you want to stay up to date on what's happening in digital. We are definitely going to keep you guys up to date, so make sure you turn on your notifications.
Yes. So, and by everything digital that we mean content, social media, and video marketing. And if you haven't, or you're not connected, you definitely need to connect with Jessica on Instagram, because her videos are fire. And I would like to, before we get into a couple of things that we plan to talk about, I just want to share with you that if you aren't on Clubhouse, you should be on Clubhouse.
Can we have that conversation really quickly about Clubhouse and the evolution that is of Clubhouse? So I guess first and foremost, not that a lot of people won't know what Clubhouse is, but just in case they don't know, can you give an explanation? Because Kathy is like the master of explaining Clubhouse and also navigating Clubhouse and helping newbies figure out Clubhouse.
So to me, Clubhouse is podcast on steroids. And I've heard other people say that. So what makes it different is that you actually get to talk and give feedback from your audience live. So it's not recorded yet. There's not a recording feature built into the app, but it's great to get instant feedback. Now, I know that my Instagram has grown significantly since I've been on since I've been on Clubhouse. And and because it's not recorded, man, I got one night, me and Jessica, and I got awesome testimonies. And you can record if you let everyone on the stage know that you're recording. And most people do that by putting a red dot in the title of their in the title of their room or their session. And it was fantastic. I had two, and it didn't record. So that's what happens. But I know. But let me tell you, if you were ever in the Periscope era, now's the time for you to be on Clubhouse, because so many people that Jessica and I know have made $80,000. One person that we know has made, this was of a couple of weeks ago, 249,000. And she probably got on a month after Jessica and I did. But she's an established coach. But I'm just saying that there's a perfect opportunity, and she definitely commands the room when she does it. And another person that we know who did grow a large following on Periscope has an accelerator program, and her rooms are always like 200 plus people generally. And so she has made a lot of money on Clubhouse as well. So I encourage you, if you are a good coach and and you serve your people well, and they actually get transformational results, I encourage you to go on Clubhouse.
Can we just make sure that we say that and that we put a little pin in that? You said a good coach.
Yes.
If you are a good
and that
coach,
was intentional. That was intentional.
if you're a good coach, then you should definitely be on Clubhouse. But I want to also add to that, it's not only the money that you can make on the platform, it's the relationship building. And the fact that people are reaching out to you because they really truthfully want to work with you, and they're ready and primed and ready to go, right? They hear you on stage, they're ready to do it, and they go and they do. Right? Instead of it being like people that look, or, oh, maybe I will, or maybe later, they are action oriented and they're looking for results. So if you are a results giver, then Clubhouse is the greatest platform for you. I like in Clubhouse too more of like a networking event, that let's say you go to a big, large conference in like a big hotel, and instead of it being just one person that's hosting the whole conference, there's all these conferences going on in each different room. And you can just go in one room and network with a bunch of people, go in another room and network with a bunch of people, go in another room on a different topic and network with a bunch of people. And that is Clubhouse. It is essentially that to me. So I go there to build relationships the same way that I use LinkedIn. I go there to be silly and crack jokes sometimes. And people kind of know me for that. And if you ain't with that, then you ain't with it. I don't go in your rooms. That's another thing we can talk about on another day, right? Watching who you give a moderator badge to. But we'll talk about that on another time.
Yeah, that's a whole other, that we could spend a session just on that. But the benefits are only, so you could be in your pajamas and no one would ever know. And people are on there all times of the night and the day. So if you are, as they say, a side hustler, or as I like to say, the after work entrepreneur, there is a time for you to let your voice be heard.
It's almost better at night though, too, Kathy. I think it's almost better at night, to be honest with you. Sometimes the nighttime chats are where it's happening, and that's where you're getting the real deal on entrepreneurship and connecting and all that good stuff. Whereas the daytime rooms are a little, I was in a room earlier with, oh Lord, what is her name? I'm losing her name. She has a podcast, Amy Porterfield, and Jasmine Star. I almost called her Jennifer. And I hate when people call me Jennifer, but Jasmine Star. And they had a room where they would just rapid fire answering questions. Really great room. And it's a lifetime. And I wouldn't say less than a lifetime because there are some great rooms during the day. But I will say that the best rooms happen late at night when people are just kind of hanging out, answering questions, talking to each other about marketing, social media, digital media, business in general, all that good stuff.
And I have a friend, El Denise, and she came onto the platform, and at like 2 o'clock in the morning, don't ask me why I was up, but she just said 15 minutes to chat. That turned into 90 minutes. And with Dante, we met him on the app, and we were just exchanging good nuggets. But oh my goodness, also too, I think people were silly in the. I was like crying, laughing. It was just like good for the soul. So, and I was like, listen, I gotta go. I gotta get up in like a couple of hours. So 15 minutes turned into 90 minutes.
It does so fast. Clubhouse is a platform where if you were going to be on it, and this turned into a whole Clubhouse chat, we promise you we'll get to some digital stuff. But Clubhouse is a platform where if you are looking to really truthfully connect with people on an individual level and build relationships, you can definitely do that. But you have to have your room open for at least 2 hours to get a good room, unless Kathy and I co-host and co-moderate a lot of rooms. So we are just chatting. And then if people come in, they come in, kind of a thing. And our rooms usually grow from that because we're just having a really organic chat about social, digital, whatever things that are happening. But plan to stay on the app for at least 2 hours whenever you enter into a Clubhouse app. The rooms have gone, how long is the longest room gone, Kathy?
The longest one that we did together was 4 hours. And it was about we hate Facebook ads.
And it was a great, amazing room. Amazing.
Yes. Like some heavy influencers came in the room. But a lot of people thought that now I will say that we do not do clickbait rooms. And a lot of people popped in there because they didn't think that we were really talking about we hate Facebook ads. They thought that we were just doing that to get people in the room, but we really weren't.
Yeah.
So there was all kinds of people in that room. There were people who did Facebook ads for clients, and so there was a good dialogue. No one got crazy, but it was good dialogue for both sides of the coin. Like, yeah, I don't like Facebook ads, or yeah, I do. And here's why. Like, people just don't know what they're doing if they don't like them. But, whatever. It's a good argument for both sides. But it was all in fun. And you got a chance to learn a lot because the people who do it for clients were actively, fiercely defending doing Facebook ads. So it was great. It was great. Now, I will say one tiny caveat is that I started doing social sips, and they are 15 to 30 minutes, but they're basically at lunchtime. And sips, as you know, when you sip something, it's just a little taste. So they're specifically designed to just be quick. And I got good feedback on them that people liked that they were quick, and you learned something, but it was a quick lesson. So I do plan on resuming those. I did a funnel challenge, a sales funnel challenge. And you might ask, what is a sales funnel? And so it was derived because a lot of people were on the app and they would be in these rooms with these heavy hitters, and they would say, you need a sales funnel, you need a sales funnel. And people are like, I don't know what that means, because to me, sales funnel is a marketing term. But, sales funnel is just a journey that you take your client through from awareness to the sale. And
And
we
they
all
were great. She had really, and the rooms were so engaged. They were super engaged in wanting to figure out how to put together the funnels and all that good stuff. And like I said earlier, they took action like immediately. They were in her DMs. They were tagging her, calling her, everything.
they were like, I did my homework. I did my homework because I had items for each day. And to me, like, I think Jessica and I, we share a brain. So I get the energy from people actually implementing what I share. So, um, and as part of the challenge, I gave away a funnel checklist. But as part of the funnel, the workbook that did covered the 5 days of the challenge, that was an upsell. It was only $7, but people still bought it because they were like, hey, I missed, I want to know what I missed. And, people wanted to be able to go back over it because I shared resources and tools inside of there.
And it was great. And I was telling Kathy, you need to just keep ongoingly, just continue to do that. Just keep it going.
I will. And I also and Jessica and I were just talking before we went live. I'm considering well, no, I am, but it's in the development stages, funnel in a box. And basically for this, I will not do the technical aspect of it, but a lot of people use ClickFunnels. So I'm going to ask someone who uses ClickFunnels to do a Loom video and just show me step by step what they do to set up their funnel. And then I'm going to give you the stages. So if you have a webinar funnel, the funnel in a box would have, here's the script for your landing page or your webinar registration page. Here's the script for your confirmation page. And here's the script for the follow-up leading up to the webinar. And I was actually on a webinar this last week because I had no phone. I had no phone and no iPad, which is the two ways that I can get on Clubhouse. But anyway, I digress. So I was on a webinar, and Ryan Dice of Digital Marketer was saying that webinars with a set time perform better than the ones, even if someone clicks on your link and then they have 15 minutes to get to the webinar. Webinars that have a set date and time perform better than instant webinars.
That is great information to know.
Yes, because I was planning on setting up automated webinars. I may, because it's good to test, split test. It's good to split test, which means you just do a different variation of something. But he said they spend lots of dollars on, and that webinars with a certain date and time outperform automated and whatever.
I think it's because it loses the human connection, right? I think even if we are still digitally connecting, people still want to know that you're physical, that you're actually there. And if it's a webinar and it's recorded, it's kind of like, yeah, you could watch the recording, of course, after that and send out the recording after that, which you should do, or maybe not, depending on how you run your business. But at the same token, when you have a webinar and it's going to be Friday at this time, then you're kind of betting on the person being there. So you're more apt to show up because you're like, oh yeah, they're going to be there live. And if you have questions, they can answer them, so on and so forth. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So, so I was trying to share. So I guess I don't even know if StreamYard allows you to share to your personal page. It does.
What platform? Depends on the platform.
StreamYard. Does it allow you to share to your personal page?
It depends. I mean, like you're sharing to what social platform? I mean,
Facebook. No, like your personal page. I'm on my old podcast. Just because people still, we are broadcasting live from my old podcast page, and I wanted to share to my personal page, but it won't let me.
yeah, no, no, you cannot share to your personal page anymore unless you just take the link and share it over, which I think you can do that. You can take the link and share it over. So I'm trying to
Uh,
see. Let me see if I can do it. I'm trying to look at
okay.
yours. But we're on LinkedIn as well, right?
Yep. We're
Okay.
on LinkedIn as well. And
Okay.
so I want to encourage you, if you are on LinkedIn, Jessica and I work with business owners and organizations. And if you have a burning marketing question that you need answered in terms of getting your business out there, generating leads, what let us know in the comments, and let us know what you would like to hear, because we do want to make this a real conversation, because I think we both can talk about marketing for hours.
Yeah, so if you guys want to DM us your questions here on LinkedIn, where you're watching, you can DM either Kathy or myself, depending on whose page you're watching from. You can also go to our Instagrams and direct message us there as well, depending on what platform you like the most. I know some people are not really into the LinkedIn messaging and are a little bit more used to Instagram. So feel free to hit us up on either of those. And please send us your questions or things that you want to learn about on the platform. That you want us to teach here on LinkedIn. Would love to answer those. Let's get into what's happening in social media this week. Now we talked your ears off about Clubhouse, of course.
Yes. And so I probably will go back and put it in the comments at some point, but let's talk about there's also LinkedIn stories. I'm not sure that everybody has those,
Yeah,
but
I did some
it,
LinkedIn stories. To be honest with you, I did them and then I forgot to go look at the analytics and see if anybody looked at. So I totally posted on there, but I just repurposed content. And I think what's going to end up happening, I'd love to hear your insight on this, Kathy. With all of these platforms, with all these stories and all these, posts and content we're supposed to put out and splash it all over the place, it's going to be even more important to figure out like one platform or maybe even two. So maybe, because I like to strategize and use at least 2 to 3, maybe 2 to 3 different platforms where you're really just, this is your base and this is where you're going to hang out, or you're going to hang out in different places for different reasons. With that being said, how are you going to use LinkedIn stories? Are you going to just repurpose your content that you've used on Instagram stories and put it here on LinkedIn? Do you feel like it should be different? How are you going to use it?
I think for me, it really depends on what the content is, because sometimes on Instagram you might be a little bit more silly, and whereas on LinkedIn you might be a little more serious.
Well,
And
see, look, listen to this though. Okay. I went into a LinkedIn room the other day on a Clubhouse, back again at Clubhouse. And I was in with Michelle. Hey, Michelle Hayward. You guys, if you don't know her, you need to know her. So look her up on LinkedIn. And she it pinged me into a room, and I was like, okay, I'll go look and see what's up. And I got on stage and I asked a question. LinkedIn just feels really, really stuffy. Feels like I'm suffocating in there. What can I do if I want to bring my content over from Instagram to LinkedIn? And it was like, do it. Because they were like, and the girl that was on, and I cannot remember her name for the life of me. I'm sorry. Girl that was talking to me. I'm sorry. But she said, why do you think that the people are different? The same people that are on Instagram are on LinkedIn. They're not different people. They're the same people. And actually, it should be even more of a reason why you put your information and stuff on LinkedIn, because it is so stuffy and people are looking to loosen up. And the best content on LinkedIn is the content that is not inside of the LinkedIn box, right? It's outside of the box. I was like, that is very interesting. Didn't think of it that way, because she's right. The people that are on other social platforms don't just, but to that point, they do come to LinkedIn for a different type of content. But I think your personality should shine through regardless of where you are, regardless of the platform. So
Exactly.
thoughts on that, Kathy? What do you think?
So that's interesting. That's something I want to split test, but I do think that like you like for like your reels challenge, Instagram reels challenge, where people don't want to feel like they got to dance. And I think that's good information that can translate over to LinkedIn. Like, how can you make your stories engaging where somebody would want to watch? So the way that you use Instagram Reels without doing all this dancing or whatever, I think that could translate into LinkedIn for someone getting their message across. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
so there are different things, and I know I've been saying it. I love that Jessica said choose no more than 2 to 3 platforms, because I really am going to do that this year. Um, I'm going to use more LinkedIn. I had not been posting there as much, but when I put content on there, people, you know, I think people resonate with it more than when I put it on Facebook. And truth be told, I only have Facebook because you can't teach social media to business owners and you don't have a presence on Facebook.
Well, I'm going to tell
You
you right
know,
now, there was and I can't remember, so you guys will have to Google this because I can't remember who said it, what media outlet said it. But Facebook's user base is going down, right? Where it used to be like the popping thing. A lot of people just aren't going on to Facebook anymore. And I think that I've definitely seen the shift. And I can tell you that I was in a, here we go with Clubhouse again. I was in a Clubhouse room. And the gal said, I'm more on Instagram than anything. When I go to Facebook, I just feel old. And I was like, oh, excuse me.
like, but I can say that some top marketers that are on Clubhouse, and then that is also the benefit of being in Clubhouse. You get to be in the room with people that you've read or listened to their webinars, or however you've seen them over the years, or you might have bought some of their digital products or their ebook, or whatever, and you get to talk to them or at least ask a question, because I am a big Amy Porterfield fan. I like the way she delivers, and to me, even though she doesn't have that, but she sells without being slimy, and I know that's a big concern of people, but she educates and she makes you want to you know buy from her, because it's almost like she's an excellent storyteller without saying that she's a storyteller. She makes it relatable to you, so you know
So Amy Porterfield, you got your black card, girl, or at least half of it. We can't speak for the whole people, but we will give you a little bit of it. And I will say that when I went into the room and I asked a question, because you know me, I'm just going to hop on stage wherever I'm at. And I DM both of them and was like, hey, thanks for the information. So I'm all about relationship, and I don't care who you are. I think that's one thing that anybody that works with me will get to understand. If you didn't see it already from my content on Instagram or the content on here, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. You are a human being to me, and I'm going to talk to you. And I'm going to ask you questions, and we're going to hopefully build a relationship, or we're not. But I'm not afraid of, chatting with people or asking questions, and you shouldn't be either. We are all human. Some people just got more money than others. Some people have more influence or whatever, followers than others. But even that, right? Some of the stuff that is interesting, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it because it's Kathy here, and you guys are just listening and fly on the wall. Some of the stuff that they were saying, I was like, yeah, I would have totally said that. Like, I knew exactly what they were going to say, and I would have totally just recommended that they, that they do that. And that's a little bit of validation for me as a digital media SME, I think what Clubhouse also does, and we'll wrap it up about talking about Clubhouse after this, is that it also validates kind of what you already know. Like if you already a boss, it's just going to validate more that you're already a boss.
Like high five, Jessica. So I totally agree with you, because I think that, well, no, I know I'm claiming this year as a single year. And I don't know why, but I just stepped into this year saying that. And a tiny bit of it could be Clubhouse, because I think for Jessica and I both, we were going to events and we're like, we know that already. So if you are going to the same events year after year and you're like, I could be up there teaching this stuff, then it's probably time for you to go to another event or to seek a different level, because it is validation. And Clubhouse did open me up to people who didn't know who I was, and they think I'm the bomb.
Yeah, I think
I
it
mean, I
puts you
don't know
on the
that people
same.
still use that word, but
It puts you on the same. Like, we still do. We old. It's all good. I'll still use it. It puts you on the same level playing field, I think, as everyone else, right? And I think that that's the thing for a lot of us that are maybe we're just now starting to use Instagram as the thing. And I know for me, I ran away from Instagram for the longest time. I was like, I don't want to be over there. They over there shaking their butts and stuff. What do I want to go over there for, right? But it now, since the business owners are on it and everything, I need to be on it, and you do too if you're watching this. So I think with Clubhouse, it's like, oh, we're all new to this. We're all just building up followings, right? And people didn't know, and the folks that I think we didn't have access to because they were going to in-person events and only going to people that they'd seen on Oprah or wherever, or Gary V's or whatever. Now it's like, oh, wait, this is somebody else I hadn't heard of, and they know what they're talking about, and they actually want to help me. And, so it opened that, I think the pandemic in that way, in that sense, made Clubhouse so jumping because people didn't have anything else to do. And they're like, well, I guess I'll go on this audio thing and talk to people. And then also maybe I could build my business up and make more connections. So you get that level playing field. And I want to just add on to what Kathy was saying about if you're watching people are going to webinars or going to events or whatever it is, and you're like, oh, I could be up there teaching that. I know all this stuff already. That's probably because it's validation that you should be teaching it. So instead of going there next time and buying a ticket, you should be pitching to speak. You should be pitching to teach. You should be pitching to, do whatever it is that you do. Because I don't know you, whoever you watching this. Whatever it is you do, you should be pitching to do it.
So. Or you should be creating your own summit, like Jessica and I did. We co-hosted with two of our business friends. We co-hosted our very first summit. And let me tell you, it is not faint at heart. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
We almost cried at the end. We're like, oh my God.
When we did that one, we were like, oh yeah, we're going to do this every quarter. Phew. It's a lot of work.
We have one video. How long is that video, Kathy? That video that we have. How long is the video that we have? We have one video that, I kid you not, is I think about 5 hours long. And we're like, who gonna edit this?
Oh yeah. But I did break it up though. But we just haven't put it out there. We said that we were going to sell it as different courses. So we have so many things, but this year, really, we're going to put them into action because we're sitting on so much information. It's unreal, but this was not intentional or planned. But Jessica, we should start planning for a summit.
And you know what? I think, like Kathy said, I have the Instagram Reels challenge. And what was so cool about that challenge was, first and foremost, you got people you would look in their content and you would see like just a lot of things going on. And then they would do a reel and you would see their personality come through and you would see how happy they were. And like the transformation after the reel of what the content started to be after that was just, it was so cool. It was so dope. It was so dope to just see that. So I agree. And with our IG Reels, like workshops and things that we do, they are intensives. Like we are over delivering to the 20th power. We're spending a good 2 hours with people on a call, going through everything they should do. And how to do it, how to use it, how to make transitions, all the good stuff, right? Your audience, what content ideas you need, all that good stuff. So I think a summit is very much in order, Kathy. And I think combining the two of the reels and then moving into systems and funnels, because you can't sit up here and create this content and put your personality into it and be like, woo, and doing all the things and then not have anyone following up. Yeah, it's great that you're doing this and we love that you're happy about your feed, but we also want you to get paid. We also want you to build those leads and take those leads off of Instagram to your own service. Let's talk about the removal of Instagram likes, shall we? And how that drove everybody into a frenzy.
Yeah. Go for it, Jessica. I mean,
well, the biggest thing is that, and now I lied because I said I wasn't going to say Clubhouse again, but I'm going to say it again. Clubhouse, they were on it. Influencers were on the stage saying how they was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to lose my brand deals and all that good stuff. Why don't you have your email list? Why don't you have, so a lot of them were on like, maybe I should start using community. Maybe I should start building my email list. You haven't been doing that? What are you doing? So the whole thing with the likes being removed sent people into a whole frenzy. There was a big old Clubhouse room about it. And then, of course, Instagram came out and said, oh, oops, sorry. We didn't mean to do that. Let me give them back to you.
Well, there is talk that Facebook is going to, I think, remove them from pages.
Yeah, so what's going to happen is they're going to be hidden. So they're going to be hidden likes. The founder of Facebook, I just actually posted a video and I'll send that to you, Kathy, so that you can put it on this in this post when we get done. But basically what they're going to do is hide the likes so that only you can see the likes. So no one else outside of that can see the likes. The idea around that is supposedly it helps with people comparing themselves to you and doing all that good stuff, But my thing is, if you're going to do that on Instagram, then we got to remove followers counts. We got to remove all the metrics that give people anxiety about, oh, well, and it's not necessarily the likes. It's more of it's the imagery. It really, truthfully is the imagery. So anyway, that's a whole long live stream to do another day.
Yeah. So and to me, it's more about, there's a lot of things. One, it spikes the algorithm. So if you can see it, that's like the more somebody comments or likes your post, that sparks the algorithm for you to be seen. So if it's only visible to you, then I just think that's a bad idea.
I think what they should do, and that's not to say that they shouldn't remove likes, because maybe that might be a solution. We never know until they try it. Maybe that might be a thing. But I think for right now, what they should do is just take some money and donate it to mental health programs, or even have mental health programming around this, or some type of education around. And my thing is, before y'all take away the likes, how about we get rid of some of these songs that got cuss words in them and that start all crazy? Because I'm scrolling my feed and all of a sudden, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't want to see that, So they're trying. I get it, but at the same token, it's like, are you censoring the wrong thing? Maybe you should be looking at some other ways in which you can try to keep, some of those things from getting out there versus trying to take away metrics, which truly, that's why they put the metrics there, so they'd have some type of algorithm. It's math.
And I also think that when people like your posts, it also sparks people to comment. I mean, even though sometimes you could have 500 emojis and then only 12 people commented, but I do think that when people see that people engage with that post, they're more likely to they're more likely to engage as well. And something funny that I saw the other day, and someone that I met on Clubhouse, this lady named Bonita. I met her on Clubhouse, but we connected on Facebook, and she asked a question. She was signing up to be a speaker, and it said it offered Hotmail as a choice to give your Hotmail account. And she was like, who still uses Hotmail? And she was like, and yes, I'm judging. Oh my goodness. You all should have seen the comments that were generated by people were like, I still use AOL. I still use my Yahoo. Exactly. I still use AOL. I still use my Yahoo.
Who still use AOL? Tell me who they are right now.
People. But I tagged her and I said, girl, let me tell you, she responded to people, some people with gifts or GIFs, however you choose to say them. But her GIFs were priceless. Like that was just cheap entertainment for me to see her responses. And in some people she did like post a GIF and comment, but I just told her I loved it. But there was so many comments like AOL. Like, are you kidding me? So
exactly, because I would think the same thing. What in the world and where are you in the world? Where you're still using.
So and I do have friends that still use AOL, so no shade, but I just the engagement.
Do they have phones that they got to go like this too?
No. But you know, but it was just interesting the comments and emojis that people posted to her question, like, yeah, I judge or whatever, but it's just hilarious.
That is hilarious. That is super funny. But that's a post, right? I think, when we think about content, that's a great way for you to source content. It's just to go on the Facebook and look at something that triggers someone, that triggers a bunch of comments. That because it's hitting a nerve. And those are the best type of social media posts, when they hit a nerve. So people comment, they're responding, and usually if it works on one platform, it is guaranteed to work on another. So that is a great way for you to source. I can't talk. Source content ideas if you want some content ideas, just to make this whole thing valuable. As far as watching us and listening to us, I decided to call this digital media. What did I call it? Digital media secrets exposed. So,
what, our show?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're going to are, going over, different tips, strategies, and most importantly, our real experiences. So Jessica and I don't want to keep you long. We are going to go over the 3 things that we had outlined to talk about, but actually, I'm not even mad. I love that this was a natural conversation, even though we had planned topics. I like that this was a natural conversation, because really, that's how you should be building and nurturing relationships with people.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. And I have one more topic before we move into that. Why is it that people don't want to pay $50 consulting fees? It's $50, people. And why do I charge a consulting fee? I want to just break this down. I feel like if we're going to keep it real, we might as well keep it 100, because I just saw a message. Somebody said, you charge a consulting fee? Yes. Yes, I do.
Listen, before you go there, the level of experts that we've seen or that Jessica and I have been exposed to, and the level of experts that are on Clubhouse, because people have said everybody can't be a millionaire, But there are, for the area of online and digital, there are, like, these people have been millionaires. Like, they're not just hopping on Clubhouse saying, I'm a 7-figure, 8-figure earner. Like, no, we've watched them, but people haven't been exposed to them before. So they say that. I mean, they're like giving a side eye, but no, these people are really. So I say all that to say, in terms of Jessica charging, most people, most people charge 500 that we know. Like, they charge 500 for online marketing consultant per hour. Per hour. So, and I know one marketer, this was at least 5 years ago. She didn't want to do one-on-one, so she said, I charge $1,000 an hour. I'll talk to you, but it's 1,000. So, in the scope of things, yes, we do charge. And full transparency, I'm an IT specialist by day, and my rate is over $50 an hour.
Yeah,
So
well, it's
I'm
not an
just going,
hour. But that's just to start. That's just the consulting. So that's not the
right.
hourly rate. But what I'm saying is, if you want to, and maybe we take a poll. So you guys, if you're watching this, do you think you should people charge? And is there a way to launch? I'm there's a way to launch this poll. But anyway, maybe it was something I'll poll on separately. Should people charge consulting fees just for the initial, like an attorney? I feel like I am not an attorney, but similar to an attorney. Reason being, they solve major problems. I solve major digital problems.
Right.
So when you consult with an attorney, you're coming to them because you got some issues you want to get taken care of. For me, I'm going to help you take care of some of those digital issues. And we're going to do it like this. And I've put that barrier up because when I was doing the freebies, you want to know how many times I would get on a call and somebody would, oh my gosh. And then I would just start talking. And then next thing you know, they off to the races. So I had to put that up for me because I don't know when to shut my mouth, when to stop.
But and it's called value.
Exactly.
I saw on Instagram the other day a post, and it was about supporting Black businesses. And he said, how come you get to the register and you like, can I get a hookup? But you have no problem playing for Prada, Gucci, um, you know, any of those. They're premium brands. You don't go in there and say that. So when you're paying for somebody's value, you shouldn't. I mean, you just shouldn't.
Exactly. I have 6 kids. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anytime that I'm taking away from them, I need to be compensated for, or in some way, shape, or form, right? And I wouldn't even be mad if people came back and was like, hey, can we barter, or can we, like, have that conversation with me? But don't just move into and it's like, really? So you would like for me, and I give away so much free value, like Clubhouse, Facebook, or, well, okay, let me not lie. I don't do a lot of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, right? And I don't do Twitter. I visit Twitter as a visitor. That's it. But I mean, I give out a lot of free content. By the time you reach me to say, I want to chat with you, you should be ready to make that small investment of $50 to see if we should work together. Because I'm going to ask you 50,011,011 questions. It's really going to be a therapy session. And then we move into the actual work of, okay, this is how we work together if we decide to work together. There's been people that after that consultation, I'm like, yeah, I'm not the right person for you because the outcome that you're looking for, I can't give that to you. So let me refer you to somebody else.
Yeah. And sometimes it's, you can help them, but that doesn't mean you should. So if you see that that person was going to be a challenge, that doesn't mean you should. So, me and one of my besties, we were talking today, and she is a business advisor, and someone scheduled an appointment with her, and they missed the appointment. But when they made the appointment, it said, please add to your calendar. So the person didn't do that and they missed the appointment. And then they sent a message and was like, you need to send text reminders. People, we're grown. We're grown. If it means that much to you, you will mark it on your calendar. Now, I know I'm the queen of signing up for webinars and hoping that there's a replay. That's just real. But if it's a real good webinar, even if they don't have add to the calendar, I make sure I put it in my phone because like I don't want to miss it.
You know, and to that point, I have gotten to where now, even if it's a podcast interview, whatever it is, I now send a separate Google Calendar that will send them notifications to both of us. And if you accept that Google Calendar, I know you got it. I release it from their responsibility. Not to say that she shouldn't, because she's, it is their responsibility, but I release the responsibility. But I have now put that in place because I've gotten to where, like you said, I work with physicians. They're busy. Sometimes they get called to ER, things like that happen. And I want to make sure that they know that this time is happening. This is where it's supposed to be, and they have everything that they need. And if they need to cancel, they can just go to that link and cancel and reschedule at another time. So yeah, it's very important, I think, to understand what your client needs, how you can best support them. But then also too, if you know that it's a super busy person or whatever, put up things so you don't waste your time. Because I've been on a call sitting and like, come or what,
Look, like in school, you get 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If you don't show up, then you're gone. Because I always remember this, and I'm not sure if it was TD Jakes who said it first, but that is the one thing you can never get back. Time.
Hence as to why I charge $50 for a consultation, people, which, by the way, that's going up at the end of March. I was like, yeah, obviously.
Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And a husband.
And a husband. That makes it 7. And if you want to throw in my brother, that makes it 8. If you want to throw in my dad calling me for tech advice, that makes it
9. So, it's just that there's a value on your time.
To say that I'm busy is an understatement. Like, seriously, to be honest with you. And I think that we all, these are the conversations we need to start having, especially in our community of folks that want to advocate for, supporting folks in business that look like us. Then we also need to pay folks that look like us, and we shouldn't be hesitant to pay folks that look like us. So I digress. I'm done ranting.
Yeah. So, the only thing that I will say about that is that I probably shouldn't have brought up the me being an IT specialist, but it has pushed me to, when people say like, what is your pricing? It has pushed me to think about like, what do I tell them? Like, if you were to get an hour of my time during the day, like, it's not cheap. So I push myself to do that.
Absolutely. And I think of it in that way, right? And this is a conversation we can have at another time, but it also brings me to the point of people saying you should quit your job. It's like, You're telling people to quit the job when we are trying to become the job employers. We're trying to become the same people that they're working for. But you're telling people not to have a job, right? Somebody got somewhere got to do this work, because I ain't trying to do it all the time. So anyway, that just
So
made me think of that.
So no, I would like to do a session on that, and maybe we could just try to make it 30 minutes. But this year, I really want people to stop job shaming, because that's a thing. That's a thing. Um,
Absolutely.
People job shame. Like, some people like their job. You know what I mean? And people have different reasons for why they still work. And I actually like my job. Like, I love doing risk analysis, and I think I got it from my mama, because my mama was an auditor, and I like looking at processes and seeing what's wrong and fixing things, and looking at the risk. Are you getting a return on investment for an IT system? Like, I mean, it's not marketing, but it's still an area that I enjoy. So, don't job shame people. If they want to still work, that's why I just recently enrolled in this program, and I was like, I have a Facebook group that I was planning to grow. I still am going to do the podcast, the After Work Entrepreneur, but they were like, that's such a broad area of people. But I feel like people need from extra income to exit strategy, because some people do just want extra income. They don't want to leave their job. They just want to do something that allows them to be them, or allows them to de-stress, or whatever the reason is. But don't job shame people. It's all a personal choice. So I think that's a
Absolutely.
whole conversation. And maybe we could have people that have become entrepreneurs, because while people love to say make six figures or whatever, the real side of being an entrepreneur, I think that's a good book or a movie, you know? Because it's not all glam. Like, even people that we know, particular person that has made 249K plus, she told her story about how she went bankrupt, you know, and how she had to go back out there after she quit. And, so it's all a thing. So I think that's a good conversation. And like, stop job shaming people.
I love it. I love it. Like I said, we can't be shaming the same people we want to actually become, right? We can be talking about those people because that's who we want to be. We want to be employers. So,
and not only that, a lot of people that, if you want to help them get to that stage, they need the money to pay you, to pay the consulting. So, you have to, that's a whole nother conversation. That's all I'm going to say about that.
all right, let's go into our tips. And if you've watched this till the end of this, then thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Because next time it will be more structured. And even though we do have 3 key points, and maybe we could have said them in the beginning, I really have enjoyed this, because Jessica and I haven't done this in at least a month, or maybe not since Clubhouse. We tried, and then something went wrong, but we invite you to follow us. Jessica is Jessica Walker, and Jaw Speaks Digital on Clubhouse, if you're on Clubhouse. But follow either one of us. And Jessica is Jaw Speaks Digital on all platforms except for LinkedIn. But you might have it in your bio, though. I mean,
Yeah, I have it in my thing. What is it called? My
in
little
your
title
bio
name.
excerpt, yeah, on LinkedIn. So, and I'm Kathy E. Smith, Kathy with the C, on all platforms. So, please join us. But really quickly, as we wrap this up, and it's Jessica, we did good. It's exactly an hour, just about.
Yay! So we'll hit these three and then we'll keep it rolling. I'll let you hit the three. I have them on my phone, but I'll let you hit them.
So let me see if I can minimize. Okay. So LinkedIn will offer a platform for freelancers. So I'm not sure if you're on LinkedIn and you're already registered with ProFinder, but the platform is called Marketplaces, and it is scheduled to be released in early September of 2021, but it's going to replace ProFinder, and it is set to compete with like Upwork and other platforms. Upwork and Fiverr are their main competitors that Marketplaces plans to compete with. But LinkedIn has about 740 million users, and a lot of them like to find and book freelance workers. So they're tapping into that market. So
I wonder if so obviously they've probably done a survey of that, right? They've done a survey.
I'm pretty sure. Now I was on the excuse me, I'm on the beta for ProFinder, and I am registered with them. I don't get as many leads as I used to. I don't know if that's if I really think about it, since COVID, I don't get as many. I got one today, and I was like, I hadn't seen one of those in a while. But now is the time. If I were you, I wouldn't wait till September. If you want to put in proposals, I would definitely go to ProFinder. So if you are on LinkedIn and you're online, go to the tic-tac-toe box or click on the drop-down arrow under jobs, and you'll see a drop-down that says ProFinder. And so don't wait till September. Just check out ProFinder now, because it may give you another opportunity. But I'm guessing also too with Marketplaces that it'll be a slightly different way in which you submit your profile, because now and this is just my guess, is that people will go and based on categories and look for you. And now with ProFinder, you get a lead and the person accepts up to 5 proposals or takes it down, find someone. So you actually have to pitch. And so if they're going to like the Fiverr, Upwork, my guess is that you'll probably have more of a bio, and there'll probably be more of an opportunity for someone to choose you versus you doing a proposal. So no one said anything, but if the condition is to compete with Upwork and Fiverr, my guess is that is how that will be formatted. Number 2, TikTok is offering a free summit that is geared specifically for small businesses, and it is on March 24th. And I believe it's from 10 to 3 if you're on the East Coast, and 9, whatever that is.
Yeah, I was going to say, just translate that for your time zone.
Yeah. So if you would like that link is Ready Set Grow Summit .splashthat.com. So
cool.
Ready Set Grow Summit .splashthat.com. And our last tip of the day is there is a content tool that is out, and there's a free version, but it's called Content Cow, and it's content contentcal.io instead of .com. And basically, a lot of people don't post content because they're like, I don't know what to post. And so this is supposed to be a tool that will help you generate content to schedule the post. I guess in a way of in lieu of paying somebody to generate your content. Now I haven't used it
I was
yet.
gonna say, have you used it? So we'll try it. Do we have a free trial?
Yes, it is
Okay.
a free trial.
Okay, then we'll
Yes.
try it. And then when we come back next week, we'll have a full review of everything. Oh, Michelle was here. Like, I'm just now seeing that. And Tracy Stevens, thank you so much for watching.
Oh, wow. So, by the way, since Jessica said to connect with Michelle, Michelle is with one L, Michelle, and Hayward, H-E-Y, instead of H-A-Y, Heyward. So you definitely should connect with her. She's a powerhouse. And Michelle, I know we keep talking about Clubhouse all the time, but Michelle and I were connected for years, but Clubhouse has given an opportunity to engage and talk with Michelle, and we support one another. So, that is all. And so I think that what happened? What happened, Jessica?
Don't click around on StreamYard. Just don't do it. I'm like, oh, what's this?
I was like, wait, what happened?
You know,
So-
I work in digital. This is what
So
we do.
So you all know that this is live. And I'm not gonna say Memorex because that, you know, people don't even know what that is these days. But but we will test out Content Cal. I think it's a 14-day trial.
Is it Cal? C-O-W or C-A-L?
CAL, like in calories, but
Okay.
you know, CAL, contentcal.io. So we're gonna check that out, and we'll let you know. But the description of it just says that it helps you generate content, either whether template or actual content based on, you know, on your area of interest. But we will check it out and let you know. And we appreciate you. Jessica, it feels like you and I
Thank you, Alvin. Thank you, Alvin. Alvin's
Yeah.
watching us. Thank you.
Hey, Alvin. Yes. So I really appreciated this being an organic conversation, and that you know, we just really enjoyed it. We next time will probably be more structured, even though I really liked this.
It probably won't be structured. Let's be. Let's not
Let's not
lie.
say that.
Let's not lie to the people. It probably won't be. We'll probably go off on a tandem again. But I think that's what LinkedIn is. In the beginning of this, we said we were here to disrupt. We're coming over to kick stuff over here on LinkedIn. So that's what we're doing. We're coming to disrupt LinkedIn and talk about digital media, and hopefully it's helpful and useful to you all.
And don't forget to send us a message in the comments if you want to know anything about content, social media, and video marketing. If you want to know anything about those three things,
or Clubhouse,
make sure that you connect with us, or leave us in the comments and we'll connect with you. So and also one last thing, you know, if you tuned in, You got one
And
last
if
thing
you
too,
enjoyed it, no, I'm
Jessica?
saying if I was commenting on your one last thing. And if you enjoyed it, please let us know. Press hashtag replay. If you're watching a replay, hashtag replay. This is, I decided to coin it this, and Kathy and I will have a discussion afterwards if we want to keep it this way. But this has been Digital Media Secrets Exposed.
I like that. I like that. So
No,
we Jessica and I can't we go back and forth with the name of it. But what we want you to know at the end of the day is no matter what we call it, we deliver knowledge, information, and tools that you can use to grow your business online. And
I told y'all she was good. Didn't I tell y'all she was good at titles? I told y'all she was good.
So as progress, we'll probably have a standard day, but right now things are kind of crazy, and they've been kind of crazy. And then we've just we before Clubhouse, we were doing it on Fridays anyway.
I think
And
it's good to keep it on Fridays. It's a good little way for you guys to break into the weekend, come chill and hang out with us and hear about digital media and some social media strategies you should be using, and hopefully you are using, and some tools too, because we both love tools.
oh my goodness, that's a whole nother conversation too about being a tool hoarder. My name is Kathy, and I am a tool hoarder. So, yeah, yeah, I
She is. She's definitely a tool hoarder. I'm not so much me. I go with the free, and then if I like you, I might pay you. But if I don't like you, then I'm out.
But you give out a lot of tool gems on Instagram, so you know.
Yeah, that they all are free, or they got a free trial. But if I like you, then I pay you. I stay with you. If I don't like you, then I'm out. And I go and I try something else that does work for me. So yes, on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Y'all Speaks Digital. Shameless plug for my tool hacks and all that good stuff.
And we are eventually in the not too. I'm putting pressure on both of us, Jessica, to have a content portal where you can watch the replays of these if you missed them for just like a little nominal fee per month.
Tracy, who you send that connection to? Oh, you send it to me. Thank you. Or did you not send it to me? Did I just get that comment? I don't know. Hopefully you connected
Okay,
with
so
both of us.
one last thing, and we promise we're getting ready to go. Like the church finger, like one last thing.
I know. Wait a minute. We gonna end this real. We gonna end this right now. Let's be like church. We gonna end this right now. Okay. One more thing.
So, one of the things that again on Clubhouse that is a bit of debate depending on your type of audience. So, if you have a high ticket audience, and that was the use of Cash App or PayPal. But there is a tool, and actually, it was the host of a summit. It was how Jessica and I discovered the tool. Is how Jessica and I discovered the tool, and so it's called Buy Me Coffee. So if you think about it, if somebody wants to prick your brain, or if they want to pick your brain, or they usually invite you out for a cup of coffee. So there is a site called Buy Me Coffee, and it sounds much more professional.
It's amazing. Let me tell you how amazing it is. I have a membership on there where I put all of my exclusive members only content in there. I have a video that I'm going to put up later on tonight that I need to promote. So Kathy, remind me when we get off of this to promote it, about how to add your own audio to your reels on Instagram on Instagram Reels or TikTok, because that's like one of those like secrets that a lot of people don't talk about. I just told you guys, but shh, don't tell nobody else, because on my Instagram, I'm not going to tell them what it is. So I'm putting that in my members only portal. And because of Kathy, yay, Kathy, she told me about it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I love, love, love that tool. I can't talk enough about it. I'm going to do a whole YouTube video about Buy Me Coffee, because it provides the place where you can place your content. You can do blogs, you can have videos, you can have people just send you money just because they love your content. If you're a content creator like that and you just want people to support you, if you have a podcast and you want people to support you, you can send that Buy Me Coffee link. And what's so cool about it is you can change to Buy Me Coffee to Buy Me Pizza or Buy Me a Book.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, it's so cute. I kept it coffee because the link is still Buy Me Coffee /pizza /Justo, whatever. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna keep the coffee. But you can change it to other things. So it's really cool. So if you want that link, DM me, because I have a referral link. Why don't we both get paid together? Why not?
And so, especially if you're on LinkedIn, Buy Me Coffee sounds a whole lot nicer and more professional than
Cash at me $20.
Send me my cash app.
Cash at me. I think it's a song called Cash at Me. You don't want that. Yes, my kids listen to it. You don't want that. You don't want cash at me. No, don't do that. Buy Me Coffee sounds a lot more professional. Or buy me a piece, or buy me a book. There's one that you can do called Buy Me a Book. That's really cool. So yeah, Kathy, thank you for that tool. That tool is amazing.
So actually, I'm supposed to be writing for this magazine, and I forgot last month, and the deadline is tonight. So as soon as we wrap up this call, I'm going to talk about Buy Me Coffee.
Bye, Kathy. Yeah, you better go. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you, Jessica.
We will see you all next Friday. I'll let you close us out,
Kathy. I so
Kathy.
enjoyed this.